What's up, guys? You're looking at my 1987 Toyota pickup 4x4 with a 22R engine that is carbureted, and I wanted to make a quick video just to show you guys how to remove and clean your EGR valve. I'm doing this personally so that I can try and pass smog here in California, and the EGR system is definitely something that will hold you back from passing smog. So I just wanted to make a quick video that hopefully shows everything in the process in an easy format so that anyone can do it. So this is my 87. Like I said, it has a rebuilt engine that I just put in, has about 1,000 miles on it, and now I'm just trying to get this smog pass basically. So here I am trying to clean the EGR, which is pretty simple. So the first thing you're going to want to do is remove some of your air intake hosing there. That's a simple 10 millimeter if I remember correctly. You can also use a Phillips. And then I go ahead and remove this nut here on the top, or whatever you would call that, the wing nut. I have a little washer in here too, just to help with air from escaping up the top. And then there's going to be 4 latches all around the top here of this cover that holds in your air filter. So you can go ahead and easily unclip those, and then all you have to do at that point is wiggle the top here out of this little hose, and it should lift up and out of there. Now at this point there's 2 12 millimeter nuts that hold in the assembly up top, and you can see mine is missing one, so I only have one. So that is going to be an easy 12 millimeter nut there to take out. And then from there you're going to go over here to this side. There's a hose here that you can see is difficult to remove with one hand, but this hose will go right there. And then there's a few little vacuum lines you're going to want to disconnect, this top one being one of them. And then down below here by the carburetor there's this larger hose, which again I struggle with one-handed. And there's also a small little hose that is next to it there. And then after that you should be able to lift up and take out the entire assembly. So moving forward, you can see we have access now to the EGR system, and the only thing really that's in the way there is the throttle assembly. So I like to take it out. You can see the 2 screws, the 2 nuts, I mean, that hold in the EGR there. So I went ahead and removed the throttle cable from the little assembly there, and then there's again 2 12 millimeter bolts that you can remove, and then the whole thing should basically just slide right on out of there. Very simple, self-explanatory. And then it gives you access to these 3 bolts that are on the left side of the EGR. I also went ahead and took off the vacuum modulator, I believe is what it's called, and just kind of set it to the side. Yeah, you don't need to mess with that. So you can see the 3 nuts or bolts here on the bottom of the EGR on the left side that hold it in, and to get to those I just use a little extension and a swivel, and it is again 12 millimeter, which is convenient. And then I have an electric ratchet, which also makes the job a little easier. You can see here that I had a larger bolt there, and that one for me was in the center on the left side. And then after we get to those, you just got to go to the right side, and again, very simple, 12 millimeter. You're gonna just remove those, and that's pretty much it, guys. After that, you're gonna take off your little vacuum line right there, the second one, and the whole EGR should actually just come right out. You can see this is what the EGR assembly looks like here on the 22R. Again, this is an 87, so this is back when the EGR system was all mechanical and operated by vacuum. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys how to go through and clean this, or at least how I like to do it. Alright, now onto the cleaning portion of the EGR. It's really up to you, but what I like to do is use metal wire along with carb cleaner and a series of flathead screwdrivers and picks. Also having a vise to hold the EGR while you try to remove that nut really helps so that you can separate the EGR into two sections. So you can see here I used this big wrench and the hammer and a little bit of some grease to help me knock that nut loose, and then you can go ahead and separate your EGR into two sections, which makes it a lot easier to clean in my opinion. So this top section's the easiest to clean. It's just a passage there, so you just clean the passage and get it all cleaned up, and then the bottom there is the actual EGR itself. But what I like to do besides these methods is to actually use an ultrasonic cleaner. So this is just a cheap ultrasonic cleaner that I actually went ahead and filled with pine sol. So it's a brand new pine sol in there, so you can see like I just put the EGR in and it is slowly dirtying the liquid, and I'm gonna end up running this ultrasonic cleaner for almost about an hour. The EGR is definitely very caked up and full of carbon, very hard to clean. So you can see how dirty the liquid got after just my first run there. So I went ahead and ran it for about an hour, and then carefully, cleaned everything out with carb cleaner, trying not to leave any pine sol residue in the EGR itself. But this is just one method to go ahead and clean it. There's other methods. You can basically just put in the elbow grease, lots of carb cleaner, and picking away at the carbon, and that should get you the result that you're looking for. So after cleaning up the EGR valve, putting it back in is pretty self-explanatory. One thing I did want to note is what I like to do is after installing all of my nuts back in for the EGR and getting it somewhat tight, I like to go in and then finalize tightening the nut that holds the two sections together. So I won't make it super tight, just so the fitment is good of the EGR. Putting the EGR back on the engine, you don't want it to be uneven on the surface. So I just go ahead and tighten that right after I install the EGR, and then you can go back and reinstall your other little parts. It's all very simple. I just wanted to remind you guys to not forget the bracket that holds the vacuum modulator like I did. But then you can go ahead and reinstall your throttle cable, your throttle assembly, and then that's it, guys. It's really pretty easy. Hopefully this helped you guys. I just wanted to make a quick and simple video. It's all very self-explanatory as far as reinstalling. It's really simple job. So hopefully this helped you guys just get a visual, and you can go out and clean your own EGR valve. So thanks for watching, and have a great day.